All right. Here she is, all finished up. Going to give you a parts list to start off with, guys. I have nothing against Losis. Okay, so whatever I say from here on going forward, I have a Losi 5T down there. None of it's original, but and it's a scratch build, so actually it doesn't count. I don't mind Losi; they're no different than any other company selling ready-to-run RCs. But I have to say that this ready-to-run 30 DNT Super Desert truck, I think as standard came at a better spec. Certainly I noticed small things like the servo arm was aluminium. What else? The ESC plate was aluminium. And I much prefer the design on the back to hold the two fully functional spare tyres. They actually look like a Super Desert truck rather than just a single one at the back that Losi put on theirs. What can I tell you? All the upgrades that I did are from GPM Racing, apart from the ESC is a Max 5 ESC, Easy Run Max 5 ESC, because I want to run this on 8S all day long. I bought 4 of these Gens Ace bashing 500,000 50C 4S batteries. They fit perfectly in the back. I've stuck to the EC5s for now, although I have got some 3D printed parts that I can stick in if I want to run single XT90s. I'll go through the parts list from GPM Racing. Hardened steel front CVDs. Hardened steel thick rear drive shaft. I didn't put that on because that's another part. That's another part that says ready to run, comes with already a HD steel, fully steel rear drive shaft, unlike the Losi Super Baja Ray, which has plastic center section, I believe, on that drive shaft. Aluminium rear axle adapters, aluminium rear axle mounts for front rear suspension, aluminium rear upper mounts, aluminium servo mount, aluminium steering assembly, aluminium rear shock towers, aluminium front gearbox, aluminium axle covers, rear axle covers, aluminium servo horn. I got a spare. Stainless steel front turnbuckles for steering, aluminium front shock stay, i.e. shock tower, aluminium hex adapters with plus 5mm each side, aluminium front knuckle arms, aluminium motor mount plate, which I haven't yet mounted. The motor mount plate I haven't yet installed because the current one looks all right. Aluminium rear lower trailing arms, aluminium mount for upper gearbox, rear upper suspension links, and a partridge in a pear tree. I've also, my mate Andy K has made me an alloy standoff which replaces the flexible, irritatingly flexible rear fake fan and support. So this is all really, with the aluminium shock towers, is really solid now. I have got, I think it's 80 weight in the front, 70 weight in the rear in terms of shocks, and in terms of, let's just get a few different angles for you. And in terms of the differentials, I've got 300k in the center, 10k in the rear, and 10k in the rear, and about well, it's 100 cast in the front, so whatever that is in real money. That's what I'm running with. These are quite natty. They look a bit more scale. The whole thing is pretty awesome. That's the drive shaft that comes with it. It's a pretty good drive shaft. New third member. Rear axle is really bolstered up now with a bit of aluminium. I've also got coming some aluminium fake disc brakes and pads arriving, and I also, the only two rubbish parts that I bought are, I'm afraid, the Losi parts, the only two, and that's the front and rear. The front and rear lights are really cheap, nasty. They're just for show, obviously, and not for go. They're not very well made at all, but they do fit onto this truck. So, in essence, this is a Losi Baja Ray. The only difference is in the cage and the body, and is this section here. This is different from a Losi Baja Ray, but I think way more scale, way cooler. It's about, I think it's almost 300 quid cheaper than a Losi Baja Ray in our country, which I'm super stoked about, and which allowed me to go out and get some cool aftermarket parts. I've also got a Leopard 5892, I think, coming, which just about squeezes in the engine bay if I want to do that. And the ESC is snug. Where is it? It's snug, but it fits in there pretty perfectly, to be honest. So I didn't need to cut this interior at all. It just fit. Everything just fit. So that's it, really. Next vid will be a bashing one, but it's so cool. All stainless steel hardware now as well. So it's a pretty awesome truck. Peace.